Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the #1 show in the cryptocurrency space. My name is Jake Hagan, joined alongside my co-host
Rodney Swords. Baby, it has to be the #1 show in this space. But before we get started, can you make sure you like this? Just stream, repost this, and if you're watching over on YouTube, make sure you like, subscribe, and share it with your friends.
And we're also on Rumble and Kick. I don't know if anybody's on Rumble or Kick yet, but we are on Rumble or Kick. Yesterday we did not stream. It wasn't our fault. The Wi-Fi was acting up.
Jesus.
And guess what? Today,
it's also acting up.
Yeah, the Wi-Fi is acting up again.
Yeah, we have a direct connection with the actual stream, so the stream's going to be good, but none of our laptops work, so we're going to be spitting an acapella today.
Yeah, I'm back. I'm back on right now. It's like an extreme lag. The Wi-Fi guy is coming on Wednesday, guys. So Wednesday, I mean, I think that you guys can see us well. Let us know in the comments, guys. Can you see the stream pretty well? Nothing showing on my laptop. Nothing showing on your laptop. I guess we just got to run it today as we should. But it is Friday, so the boys have on some nice shirts. We got the Zins in. And we're ready to rock. I do believe that I have the charts pulled up here on my end. You could probably pull it up over there, or I could just go over it. But cryptocurrency prices before my Wi-Fi went down. Crypto reclaimed a $2.05 trillion market cap. Bitcoin's at 58,500. Nice. Doing pretty good. ETH still down a little bit. We have a $2,300 ETH. BNB up 10% on the week at 550 BNB. Solana back up to $134. XRP, Rodney.
Yeah.
XRP up 7% on the week. It's not something that we see on our daily basis.
No longer a stable coin. It has to be because of the fact that Chris Larson endorsed Kamala Harris. Has to be it, right?
Bullish. It could be. It could be. Dogecoin back up to 10 cents.
Yeah.
It wasn't yesterday. We didn't stream yesterday. 2 days ago, Dogecoin fell below 9 cents.
Yep.
Toncoin up 9. Wow. Okay, so crypto's recovering pretty nicely this week. Toncoin back up to 569. It's up 19% on the week. Tron is up to 15 cents. Cardano 35 cents. Avalanche was at $21. I said that was a buy.
Yep.
Now it's at $24.27.
Nice W.
Shiba Inu back up. Wow, this is a good day for crypto.
Yes, sir, baby.
Shiba Inu back up above an $8 billion market cap. And let's scroll down to our top token, PEPE, still at number 26 at a $3.1 billion market cap. So crypto looking pretty strong today, guys, which we like to see. And I don't know if my screen was sharing. I think yours was. Perfect. Your screen was sharing. Guys, let us know in the comments. Can you see this stream decently well today? Rodney, it's Friday.
Yeah, I can check on my phone.
Crypto markets are doing well. We're recovering nicely, right? This month, honestly, the past 2 months, pretty much since we hit all-time highs in March, have been very, very bearish for cryptocurrency. We haven't really seen anything besides BNB hit an all-time high. Maybe Tron. I think Tron was pretty close to hitting an all-time high.
Yep.
Bitcoin did. Obviously, a lot of meme coins did as well. But when we're talking about September, it's historically bearish for crypto, but what follows September is October.
Pumptober, baby.
Uptober.
Yeah.
Riptober.
Yeah, let's go, baby.
Gigacentember is coming up. And it tends to be very, very bullish for cryptocurrency.
Yeah, historically, October's been pretty good. That's why they give it the name, Uptober or Pumptober. And I'm hoping so, because September's been very boring. And you know what? Like I say this every time, and I like to beat it home in your guys' head. This gives you the opportunity to buy your favorite cryptos on a dip. Like if you bought some Avalanche, you're up pretty nice right now. And what a good sign is that we're starting to see the market move as a whole, which the strong, big cryptocurrencies with the big market cap sizes, they tend to do that when Bitcoin starts to move a little bit. So Bitcoin's not going absolutely parabolic or insane or anything like that, but we are hanging around 58K, which is good if we can close out this month like right around that area.
Yeah, I'm expecting. That's what I said on September 1st. I made a video. I go, guys, I'm very bullish on cryptocurrency. But if you just look at cryptocurrency, crypto is just, it literally repeats itself year after year after year. There's been 1 month of September that's been good, I think, the last 6 years. It was in 2023.
Okay.
But we were in a very, very bad bear market. I mean, one of the worst that we've seen. So you expect it to pump a little bit, especially when Solana was at $8 about 10 months before. I think Solana had a nice run up. But crypto really does follow this 4-year trend. I mean, we got to stop complicating things. Now, that doesn't mean that meme coins follow a 4-year trend, right?
True,
meme coins follow their own cycle. Not every, like there is no meme coin.
No.
There's few that will repeat themselves. And if it does, it's an anomaly, right? There might be a SHIB or two or a Dogecoin or two that launch in 2024, right? I think that we've identified some. I think Brett could be. I think NEIRO has massive potential. There's a great token like PONKE. There's a great token like Giga. But those aren't promised to follow SHIB and Doge's trajectories in 2021.
Yeah, exactly. And I think real quick to go back to September of last year, you have to understand that that's when the ETF news, the Bitcoin ETF news really started to heat up. That's when everyone's like, oh, we're getting ETFs. The SEC will never approve it. All this speculation and those sorts of things. So really since like that news came out around June, I remember it was around June, like we started the market start to slowly pick up. And that's when we saw altcoins pumping, moving with Bitcoin and stuff like that. But yeah, when it comes to some of those other cryptos that you were talking about. Yeah. When it comes to meme coins, guys, you have to understand that the only meme coins that are still around from 2021, obviously Dogecoin is its own thing, right? We have SHIB, Floki, and really that's it when it comes to
maybe Dogecoin's up there, but like
2021.
Yeah, maybe Doge is up there. It's at like 100+ million. But when you go to like, I think it was over $1 billion, you know, it's like a lot of people just kind of leave their money in with the hopes of returning. But you're right. Not many tokens from 2021 or even they're like all of them migrated to different contracts, some to fourth contracts.
Yeah. And the cool thing about like Doge and SHIB is that they're on like every major centralized exchange. And a lot of people are still speculating on those. And they're still like assuming that, and they move with the market, right? Now, PEPE is kind of the new player in the game with, top meme coins, but really 1, 2, and 3 is Doge, SHIB, PEPE. Like PEPE is a new player in the game. Once it gets that Coinbase listing, if it ever gets that Coinbase listing, I think it'll start to follow the market a little more.
Will it ever? I keep tweeting that should. I keep tweeting that Brett should. There's a reason. Like Coinbase is smart. They want to make money, but they're going a different route. They're not going the meme coin route. They're going the institutional investment route. Like, hey, let's work with BlackRock. Let's work with Fidelity. Let's work with Grayscale. Let's get them to have their spot ETFs on Coinbase, right? Let's get a percentage of that. They're not going the meme coin route at all. So do I think that Coinbase should list PEPE and list Brett? Absolutely. Yeah. It would be good for the DeFi space and the meme coin space. And it would be good for Coinbase as well.
Yeah.
Short term. But obviously, there's a lot of unknowns when it comes to meme coins. And I think Coinbase is just being very, very careful about who they work for, which I think is a good thing. And that's why I like Coinbase.
Yeah, me too. And we got to talk about some Justin Sun and Coinbase drama because that's pretty interesting. But yeah, when it comes to like the meme coins that are listed on Coinbase, remember, there's only 3, Doge, SHIB, and BONK. And SHIB and BONK have a lot of use case and utility. Whether you think that's useful or useless, it's up to you. But Doge is I think Doge is the exception. It's like a coin. But yeah, we'll see if they list a meme coin with no like intrinsic value, you could say, or no utility, because maybe they just don't want to list things without a utility. And that's why I see like PONKE maybe like pivoting towards utility because they want to get a Coinbase.
I'm listening. If I'm Coinbase, I'm listing PONKE.
Oh yeah.
You know why? Because has PONKE ever had any FUD?
No, not any real FUD, just like dumps in the market, which, happens.
It's normal.
Yeah, it's normal. Yeah.
Like you can't expect a meme coin to go up forever.
Exactly.
So no real FUD.
No.
They're having utility.
Yep.
They're very, very viral.
Huge.
They have a great brand. I mean, if you're Coinbase, you got to list PONKE.
I think so. You got to list another meme coin. And I think they will be a little more open to listing more meme coins as time goes on. We just have to see what's up with the regulatory framework. So this is the next like year is so big for cryptocurrency when it comes to regulation. Like give us some sort of like map or template that we can follow so we know how to operate within the rule of law or whatever. But yeah, I definitely think they'll start listing more meme coins as time goes on.
So let's talk about FUD.
FUD, yeah.
FUD is something that's pretty interesting. So I had NEIRO on a space 2 days ago. Great space with NEIRO. I just texted the devs. I was like, hey, you guys have a great token. I'd love to have you guys on a space. They didn't give me any questions to ask. I wanted to cover the inception as kind of how I saw it, because I found NEIRO on day 2.
Yeah.
Saw it go from 10 million all the way up to 300 million.
Yep.
Wintermute partnership, massive exchanges, every KOLs in this space, Dogecoin millionaire, who's the face of Dogecoin, talking about NEIRO, which I thought was a great partnership. And then I saw it go all the way down, right? The Bubble Maps FUD that came out saying that the developers sold $9 million. And even you and I on this space, I go, $9 million's a lot of money, right? But I go, they probably sold to pay for some of these KOLs.
Yep.
To get they were already listed on 10 exchanges at the time. But I can't lie. I hold NEIRO. When it went down from 300 million to 16 million, I was a little bit worried because you don't really see, I don't think I've ever seen any token recover when you're down about 90, 95%, right? Down 90, 95%. But then again, Bubble Maps funded them for pulling out money. What do? Next day at 16 million. Binance futures listing.
See ya.
Crypto.com listing.
Talk to him.
And an OKX listing.
KuCoin futures this morning.
No way.
Yeah, KuCoin.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So they're dialing it in. And yeah, to your point, Jake, like you don't see meme coins like retrace that back. We've seen 60, 70, 80% retracements and maybe even close to 90, but like above that is insane. And a lot of times you stick a fork in it, right? But yeah, I mean, these guys are cooking, the devs are deving, and I hear that they have a lot of things in the works. So I'm super pumped for NEIRO. I hopefully can maintain, this trajectory it's going on and maybe be one of the top meme coins in the space, because the thing is like the in my opinion, the spot is kind of open for like a new big dog theme meme coin. We have Doge, obviously SHIB. I think that the door's kind of wide open for that for sure.
Yeah. I think the narrative is so good too. And, when I was on the space, I was like, I actually was offline when the first NEIROs launched. There was someone, Sol Anson was tweeting about them. Yeah. And I found the NEIRO on ETH, and I was like, it just makes more sense to have a dog on the Ethereum blockchain than it does on the Solana blockchain, because that's kind of how these dog coins started. And then I like to wait, you know. Sometimes I ape first, ask questions later. Other time I'm like if there's like 50 NEIROs,
yeah,
I'll wait to see who's executing the best, who the KOLs that are talking about them are. Like the big KOLs are talking about what NEIRO exchanges are big. And like this NEIRO, I think, had 10 exchanges in 3 days.
Nuts.
Obviously, the dev team is well connected. The Wintermute partnership, I think a lot of people in the crypto space like overlook that. They're like, oh, it's a Wintermute partnership. But you have to understand, like, Wintermute is one of the reasons that PEPE, Brett, PONKE got listed on all these massive exchanges. Like they're well connected. So I thought that was big. And then also FUD. Every good project in the crypto space has some sort of FUD.
Yeah.
It doesn't shake me out. It doesn't shake me out of my position.
No.
I want to see how the dev team reacts and responds to the FUD. I don't think the dev team responded to the Bubble Maps FUD with NEIRO. I think they just responded with actions, right? They didn't respond with words and say fuck NEIRO. Although Cassius Clay did. He put a funny tweet out calling it like a faggot company, like low testosterone beta company. I love it. But they responded with the FUD from Bubble Maps with a Binance futures listing, an OKX listing, and a crypto.com listing that sent the token up 1,000% on the week. If you would have put in $1,000 when we were covering it, because you had conviction. I know people in our chat did. I think Obai did. Someone in our chat did. You would have turned that $1,000 into $10,000 in 3 days. You know how crazy that is?
Yeah, it's absolutely insane. That's the power of meme coins. And that's why I love meme coins, because even though like Bitcoin and the rest of the market has been so goddamn boring, it's been dirtling, trading sideways, crabbing, whatever you want to call it, at least we have meme coins where we see these insane comebacks and recoveries and just add some excitement to the space when really the altcoins are doing nothing, right? So it's good to see meme coins doing those things. And yeah, when it comes to bubble maps, I think they're a great tool, but I also think they're here to engagement farm like the rest of us. And so what better way to get, engagement, whether that's hate or love, be polarizing, what better way than to call out a massive project with a large amount of supply control? Because that's been the issue with a lot of the projects they're calling out is supply control, which we've talked about it, Jake. It can be really good or really bad because we've seen different situations where, maybe you have one guy who's just having a bad day, dumps his entire bag, creates a lot of FUD, everybody sells and those sorts of things. But on the other hand, you have people that hold until hundreds of millions or billions of dollars in market cap size.
Yeah. I don't think there's any in between when it comes to supply control. It's either very good or it's very bad. I haven't seen a project that's like owns supply and it's like, it's doing okay. It's like, it's either going to be very good or very bad, depending on who owns the supply. We have a donation from T Coop.
Hey,
it says Koi on Tron is bullish. First, I can see some. First fish meme coin on Tron.
Koi.
Guys, our Wi-Fi. So we have a gig streaming, which is very good, but on this actual computer, it's like 5 megabits, which is
get in from my phone. I'm gonna try.
I don't know why. I don't know why it's so bad, but anyway, so bear with us. I can see a little bit. It's just very glitchy. I do see some of the comments coming in. I do see that we have 1,400 people in here.
Let's go.
Not even 13 minutes in.
Bullish.
Which is incredible. So thank you guys for tuning in. If you haven't yet, make sure to retweet this space. We are consistent regardless of the Wi-Fi. And I talked with Rodney and Brandon off the stream. I said, hey, if our Wi-Fi ever does, because we're in a complex, they have like a Wi-Fi company that they're contracted with. So it's not like we just go out and get Verizon or AT&T. So if we ever do have Wi-Fi issues again, we're going to still record our show and we'll just post it a little bit later on in the day to make sure that we're still accurate. But we do have 1,400 people in here. I do see a lot of the comments. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Bugs community is here. Tomahawk, Jesse. So the one thing Bubble Maps lacks is context. It is good to get a mental picture of what's going on, but the blockchain never gives context. Do you agree?
Yeah, 100%. There's reasons for things, then there's reason why things are happening. And yeah, I think that, Bubble Maps as a tool, because you can go to Dex Tools and they have it up at the top. It's a good tool for you to use to be like, okay, that's interesting, right? But I think if you're just looking at Bubble Maps and you're buying and selling based on what they're saying, I don't think that's the right move in my opinion. Yeah, context is everything. Like you need to know why things are the way they are. Like I said, they're just engagement farming, right? They just want to get engagement and stuff like that and be in the algorithm, which I'm fucking here.
What's their revenue model? How does Bubble Maps make money?
So I actually have a Bubble Maps account. I think they have a token called like Moon or something like that. And then you have to buy the tokens. You have
in the space. I think they're trying to look out for investors because for the most part, if a token is owned, 80% of the token is owned by X amount of people, it could be bad. and it's probably not a good token to invest in.
Yeah.
I don't want to give away too much money, too much information, but I went on the Killer Whale show, and you helped me prepare for that very well. Thank you so much.
Hell yeah, bro.
You grilled me harder than these judges
did. Yeah.
And you asked me a question while we were practicing. You're like, so everyone knows I went on the Killer Whale show to talk about Brett. That should be going live in about 2 months, depending on market conditions. And you asked me a question. You're like, so I heard that 80% of the supply is owned by Brett. Like, what's up with that? And I'm like, bro, they're not going to ask me that question.
They asked you that question.
They asked me that question.
Yeah, boy.
And my answer was, and like I said, hopefully I don't get in trouble for this. I'm under an NDA. They might not even put it in the show. But my answer was, sorry, I'm playing with your feet there.
I'm fucking playing footsies over here.
My answer was, look, I would much rather have a token that is owned by 80% of the supply is owned by however many people. And I told them, look, I'm not one of those people. I didn't get in Brett that early.
Yeah.
But I told them, if I'm an investor and I got in at, let's just say 500 million, and 80% of the supply is owned by X amount of people, and they're not selling, and the token goes up to 2 billion, I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
As opposed to 80% of the supply owned by 22-year-old kids in college who have $5,000 in their bank account.
Exactly.
And they see their wallet go up to $50,000. What are they going to do? They're going to sell. They're going to cheat, and the project's going to be over. So I still lean on the side of supply control being bullish if it's in the right hands.
Yeah.
If it's in the wrong hands, then it's bearish. But look at stocks. I mean, dude, when you look at Apple stock, or you look at Tesla stock, like Elon Musk owns like 20+% of Tesla stock.
Yeah.
Same thing with Apple. Like it's owned by a small majority of people.
Yeah.
And these people all have billions of dollars. If the majority of Apple stock was owned by just retail investors like us, like it would have no chance to get to the trillions of dollars of market caps.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. And make sure if you're watching the stream, we're at 41 reposts. I'm looking at my phone right now because my computer is not working. Thank you, Verizon. We're at 41 reposts. Make sure to repost this. Get your community in here. We're 1.6 thousand viewers right now, which is absolutely fantastic for a stream where we can't pull up freaking news. But yeah, I mean, when supply control, like you said, I think the point is, if it's held by people who are not going to cheat, which we don't know their intentions, then that's a good thing, right? But we just don't know their intentions. But I always say, this is not financial advice. I'm a dumbass guy on the internet, right? Just put that in context for you. I'm just a guy on the internet with a nice shirt because it's Friday. It's Nice Shirt Fridays. I always, no matter what, I just look out for number one, and you're number one. The investor is number one. The buyer is number one. And if I want to take profits, I take profits regardless of what anybody else says, because you have to look out for yourself. Because I've noticed at the end of the day, most of the products, not the top ones, most of the products that you get into, I mean, everyone's looking out for themselves. So look out for number one, baby. Take your profits.
Absolutely.
I always take my profits.
We got another donation from Just Philosophy, 𝗖𝗡𝗡𝗘𝗧, sending to the sun. 𝗖𝗡𝗡𝗘. Guys, on Monday, we will pull up the 𝗖𝗡𝗡𝗘 charts because I can't use my computer right now. But I believe that's the one. Is that the one that Power came in and talked about, or no? That might have been different.
I think it was different. Yeah, Power's old.
It was different.
Volt guy, right? Which is pretty cool.
Yeah, but he came in and he donated for another Tron token, I believe.
Yeah.
Remember, we went over the website.
It's pretty good. Yeah, pretty
the Twitter account. But shout out to 𝗖𝗡𝗡𝗘 on Tron, sending to the sun. I like it. I can't pull it up. I don't know what it looks like, but I do like the narrative just off top.
Yeah.
Fish on Tron makes sense. How are there no cat tokens besides CATE that launched recently? And is CATE using that narrative from the election of Donald Trump saying they're eating dogs, they're eating cats?
No. I think they're using it as like DOGE's best friend, kind of like DOGE's best friend. I don't know the exact. I know the narrative a little bit, but it pretty much, like, when it comes to cat tokens, we have like Mog, and that's really, I mean, there's a few like Mog.
That's a great one.
Mew,
Ginnon.
Like, yeah, exactly. There's a few, but CATE wants to be the next best, the next best thing in the cat ecosystem, you could say. I don't know if you guys noticed, but like shortly after Dogecoin was created, there was a cat coin. It just never caught on. Like Dogecoin is the first meme coin, but there was a cat coin that was similar. It just never caught on. So that's a little bit of alpha, like shortly after, like within the year.
Yep. And Kian said, how do I donate? I'm going to get my Twitter donation set up here pretty soon. But if you want to donate, you can donate on YouTube. We do always pull up the charts whenever someone donates. But unfortunately, we can't do that today. The Wi-Fi is crazy, guys.
Yeah.
Wi-Fi situation's wild. It's like, it's 2024. It's like,
figure it out.
Shouldn't you, like I don't even have a Wi-Fi company, but if my business was Wi-Fi in 2024, I would have my shit dialed in.
Yeah, dialed in. Absolutely. And the crazy thing is that, and I'm sharing the stream right now, the crazy thing is, like, this is such a nice place. It is one of the most beautiful places I've ever lived in. It is so nice here. And the Wi-Fi is straight garbage, like absolute trash, butt cheeks, whatever you want to call it. Like, I don't know how many people like work from home here, but it must be terrible for those people.
Yeah, I mean, us, like, we literally stream for a living. But that's why you can route it in. And I got a guy coming on Wednesday. But yeah, there was like two situations where I had like they were supposed to come on Tuesday, and they're like, we'll be there from 12 to 3. and I'm at home waiting for 12 to 3. No one shows up. I get an email at 9 p.m. that night. Hey, we sent someone over to contact you and fix your Wi-Fi, but no one answered. Let us know if you need any help. I'm like, hey, no one came over. They're like, okay, we'll do another appointment on Friday, 12 to 3. Same thing. No one shows up at 8 p.m. Hey, we sent someone over. I'm like, I call them like, dude, no one fucking came over.
Jake's getting mad.
I got mad, and they're probably like, fuck this guy.
Yeah,
cancel his Wi-Fi. 5 megabits. He pays for a gig, 5 megabits. But I'm like, send me a confirmation email with the person that's coming over, and they're coming over on Wednesday. So it is what it is. Someone said Starlink. We looked at Starlink, but it's actually worse than a gig.
Yeah.
I think we just need someone over here to fix it. It's probably something with the router. That's what happened last time. They came over, they pushed a button. He's like, hey, your router wasn't even on. I'm like, shouldn't you guys fucking do that?
Yeah. I was nice to the guy, and my Wi-Fi is popping right now.
I need to be nicer. Yeah.
Yeah, Jake needs to be nice.
But it's frustrating. Like,
oh, hell yeah.
When they like multiple times when they say, hey, you have a meeting here, like you have to kind of be a dick a little bit.
Yeah.
But then again, it's like you got to walk a fine line.
Well, if you look at the reviews on Google, they're all bad. Like, they're not good.
We won't say the name yet, but if it gets worse, because we're pretty much locked into this place. So it's like we can't, like, we're locked in for a year. We can't just talk shit on them. So we're trying to walk a fine line. But I did send some feisty emails. I don't think that helped. Yeah, you got to walk a fine line. I think it's like if like you can get something resolved, like let's say it's a shipping error, right? Yeah. Someone ships your thing the wrong, like you can be a dick because like they're gonna ship it back and you're good. Yeah. But with Wi-Fi, you kind of gotta like you gotta walk a tightrope.
It's I've worked in customer service. I mean, I don't know if you guys know, but I was like a manager at Target for a long time. I worked for Target, and like I realized that being a person on the other side, like if someone's bitching at me, I'm like, okay, motherfucker, we're gonna make this process way harder for you. I'm gonna be nice about it. I'm like, okay, we'll help you.
Yeah.
Don't worry, sir.
That's what happened for sure.
100%.
They saw me like, dude, my emails were. I can't even pull it up. I just got kicked off the internet again. But my emails were fucking fiery.
Yeah.
Fire.
Bring out the. I'm gonna bring in the TV on Monday, so that way if this happens, I can just pull up. Nice. Okay. A little monitor.
We got to get Brandon a camera. We can't see you guys, but you can see us. We think we're live. If not, we're just gonna talk for an hour.
But I do have some drama between Coinbase and Justin Sun. Drama in the between the heavy hitters in this space. Now, obviously, Tron, Justin Sun are outside the United States. Coinbase is an American company. So yesterday, Coinbase lost CBBTC is on chain. So it's an ERC token that is backed by Bitcoin. It's pretty much wrapped Bitcoin, right? This means billions of Bitcoin holders can now securely access DeFi apps on Base, and Ethereum, right? Now, what's interesting about that is that, when it comes to centralized exchanges, I know I love Coinbase. Not your keys, not your crypto. I think Coinbase is the best one. But Justin Sun made a tweet saying CBTC means or CBBTC means central bank Bitcoin. There's no more ridiculous combination in the world than putting central banks and Bitcoin together. I imagine this as a day Satoshi Nakamoto could have never envisioned when creating Bitcoin. And then he says that it lacks proof of reserves, no audits, and they can freeze anyone's balance at any time. Essentially, it's trust me, any U.S. government subpoena could seize all of your Bitcoin. There's no better representation of central bank Bitcoin than this. It's a dark day for Bitcoin. So that's interesting because here's the thing. There's a lot of DeFi bros that are going to just say F exchanges. I'm only using exchanges to on-ramp and off-ramp. That's it. That's all I'm going to use exchanges
That's how I am.
But there's a lot of normies that are like, what the fuck is a non-custodial wallet? I just want a place to put my Bitcoin from a reputable company like Coinbase. So it's a way to bridge the gap from the DeFi to the normies. There's a lot of people that don't really care about that don't understand. They should understand the dangers of using a centralized exchange. But I mean, what do you think about that? Justin Sun is a big figure to be calling out something like Coinbase.
If there's one company I trust, it's Coinbase.
Yeah.
It's Coinbase. Same. They had no issues back in 2021 and 2022 when all of the other exchanges had a bank run.
Yeah.
It's the one that I would trust. Would I advise anyone to keep their crypto on Coinbase? No, not a single person. Yeah. Not a single person. Can you take your CBBTC off of Coinbase? Or
you can. Yeah, it's just wrapped Bitcoin on. I believe it's just on Ethereum. You can
so what's the issue
on Base? Yeah, the issue is I think.
And why wouldn't you just? Are you sure it's not called? Are you sure it's called Central Bank Bitcoin and not Coinbase Bitcoin?
No, no. Justin Sun called it Central Bank.
So
Bitcoin.
it's called Coinbase Bitcoin.
Yeah, he's just.
But they
around.
sell Bitcoin on there.
Yeah, exactly.
Is it Bitcoin on the Ethereum blockchain or other blockchains?
Wrapped in Base and stuff like that on Base too. Yeah.
Okay, I think it's a little bit too complicated for a lot of people on.
If it's wrapped, it just means it's on a different network.
Yeah, but I think it's a little bit too complicated for like. I feel like that's more targeted to crypto investors that are a little bit more seasoned. I think that's a little bit. I think that's a little bit like imagine explaining that to your mom or something like, "Hey, so this is Bitcoin,
but it's wrapped.
But it's wrapped on the Ethereum blockchain." They're gonna be like, "What?
Who?" Wrapped
and
what?
You can already like on Coinbase, you can already exchange your
Bitcoin,
Ethereum and Solana into Bitcoin.
I think the big thing was for like Base, but I think the biggest point is obviously when it comes to subpoenas. What's that? What's that comment? What does it say? We can't read that.
Yeah. Yep, I saw it. Let's pull it up. So Vigilant Gray Man sent in a $10 donation. He says, "Don't sleep on." can't fucking see. Don't sleep on PEPE Coin ERC. This is Matt Fury's third and final frog. 3 books, 3 frogs. What were the other frogs?
Matt Fury. Yeah, what were the frogs?
Well, we have PEPE, but we have Andy, Brett. Those are frogs, right?
Maybe
is Brett a frog?
Brett is not a frog. No, they're not. None of those guys are frogs. They're just boys club.
PEPE is a frog.
PEPE, and there's one.
They have to be something.
Peasy, young Peasy's his character, right?
Yeah, but that's in that book. We'd love to learn more.
I don't know. Yeah,
let us know.
A lot of y'all guys are in the weeds, and I don't even know.
Yeah, that's a Dejan play. We like it. Thank you for the $10 donation. Jesse T's in our chat.
That's Giga. What's up, Giga?
He says, the one thing about Coinbase that does scare me, even though I use it, if your account gets locked, it's not easy to unlock it. I've heard that a lot.
I've heard that a lot too.
I know a few people that have had hundreds of thousands of dollars locked in Coinbase and have still yet to get it unlocked.
Yep.
Their help isn't as good as you would think either when dealing with people's money. I've heard that a lot as well. That is why I would always say too, look, it sucks, but I would always say, if you're going to be, whenever I send money to Coinbase, I do it in small batches.
Yeah.
And whenever I send it, I'm comfortable losing that amount just in case.
Yeah.
Right. So if you need to cash out $100,000, Ronnie, maybe do 10 payments of $10,000 over the course of 10 days and wait for it to hit your bank account. I don't think that there's any reason that you should ever have $100,000, even have the opportunity to have $100,000 locked in Coinbase. I feel bad for these people. I get it.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to pay taxes. Sometimes you want to move a large amount of money. But I don't think that there's ever any reason that you should ever have $100,000 locked on an exchange. Do it. You have time. You guys are in the crypto space all the time. Do $10,000.
Yeah.
And if it takes you 3 weeks to get $100,000 to make sure it hits your bank account, so be it. But there should never be a reason to ever have $100,000 locked on an exchange.
Yeah, it is tough though when you trust a company like Coinbase. And I think there's 2 issues. I remember a story about a year and a half ago that they got in trouble because Coinbase wasn't properly doing the KYC process. And I remember that they had to cut a lot of staff, like every major crypto centralized exchange. So that could be like a customer service issue. But I've heard many stories of people like tagging Coinbase, like, hey, help me. Where's the customer service that I have my money locked in Coinbase? Yeah. And I don't know what happens. Maybe it's a security thing, because I check my spam email and there's all sorts of fake emails from Coinbase and stuff like that. Or like maybe I'll enter my password in wrong or something like that one time, or 2FA doesn't work properly. So I bet, like, I can imagine that if you try to get into the exchange a number of times, they will lock it. Maybe like a safety precaution or something like that. But I have heard that hasn't happened to me, and I've been using Coinbase forever.
It happened to a lot of people when we went to the base chain. So many people that were there at a base event were like, no, unlock my account. Yeah. They were screwing it. We got another $10 banger from Tomahawk. He says, damn, you guys got a shitload more professional over the years. Cheers, guys. Always chase dreams. Get your feet wet with them koi and enter the pond life. First fish ever that left sun pump.
I love that.
Guys, let us know the market cap of koi. My internet's like magically working perfect again. So
what the frick?
I might be able to pull it up. It's like I got to test the lag. There's not too much of a lag, so I might be able to pull up a koi chart. Thank you so much for the donation. Yeah, we did get a little bit more professional. I mean, no one even knows. Like, I first started my channel with 0 subscribers, and me and my buddy Alonzo, we used to just like shotgun White Claws and give away money.
I think I'm on 2 now.
I just got kicked off.
Oh my god!
I think I got kicked off. Is the stream still good?
Let's go.
Well, as long as the stream's still good, we're popping, guys. We have 2,500 people in here. Not even a half hour in.
Not bad.
Make sure to retweet this space.
Free to do.
But if you don't use Coinbase, I mean, I think you could probably, if you're in America, you could probably use Crypto.com.
Yeah.
You could use Gemini, Kraken.
I think the issue with some of those is that, like in Washington, you can't. There's Binance. There's like a bunch of exchanges you cannot use in some states. I don't know. It's all freaky with some of these regulations.
Yeah.
Oh, we can see me now. Let's go, baby.
I would just recommend what I said earlier. It's like, and I got that actually from Richard Hart. Richard Hart, he gets a lot of shit.
Yeah,
he did save a lot of people in the cryptocurrency space.
Save my ass. How about my staked hex, Richard Hart?
Yeah, but he also he was the one that was like he was the one saying first. I think he was the first person I ever heard say "not your keys, not your crypto."
Yeah,
he might say "not your coins, not your crypto." He says it another way, but I was like, "What's that mean?" And I listened to his podcast, and he was the one that was saying use exchanges for what they're meant for, exchanging money. And I pretty much am speaking his gospel, where I say like, look, if you need to cash out $1 million, don't send $1 million to an exchange.
A little bit.
Yeah. Like it's an exchange. Like if you have to cash out $1 million, obviously you could probably do like 20K, 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 20K. But yeah, every time you send it, it's like and look, this is like a small percentage of people that are going to take your money and lock your account. Probably if you send funds from like Tornado Cash or something, it probably the AI, the algorithm automatically locks it. But for the most part, I would say just send a small amount.
Yeah.
Send it to your bank account. Do it again. Do it again. If you want to be safe.
Yeah. Yep. Internet just went out. Thanks, guys.
Me too.
Thanks for that. Thanks for that, guys. Appreciate that. Yeah. I mean, when it comes to it just being able to self-custody your crypto. Now, obviously, it's riskier because there's no safeguards. On centralized exchanges, you get the safeguards, right? You get like, you get the, are you sure you want to send this? Send us your if you have 2FA enabled, send us, we're going to send you a text message to approve this transaction. Maybe if you get like hacked, the insurance of the centralized exchange will have insurances to cover that. When you self-custody your crypto, if you send somebody money and you didn't mean to send that person money and they don't feel like sending it back, you're just shit out of luck. That's just the dangers that come with self-custodying your crypto. But it's the best way to go about it in the event that something bad like this happens. Because you have to understand that when these crypto companies and exchanges go under, they go bankrupt, they have many people to pay back before they can get to you. Now, luckily, we've seen companies like, I think like Voyager paid back 70% of the people. Yep. Gemini was like 90%. Like there's exchanges that'll get to you eventually, but it takes a long time, like a long, grueling process. And I think you get the crypto at the price it was like dumping at.
Why were they so much better? So Voyager, I mean, they kept a lot of money. Yeah. They sent me a check back. Celsius, I pulled my money off.
Yeah.
And then I got an email saying I had to pay them money.
Yeah. I think it's because they do something called a clawback after, which they go after people or things or to get money back so they can kind of give money to the people they owe first from top to bottom. So it depends on how that goes. I think FTX did a really good job because they had like the guy who handled I think the Enron situation was handling it. I forgot his name, but they were able to get a lot of funds back and pay people back. So I think FTX people were like mostly made whole. That's what I'm hearing, at least. I didn't use FTX.
Well, I don't think that they've gotten paid back fully. I think there's about $7 billion around that amount.
Okay.
That's going to be paid back.
Okay.
Which is a very, very bullish catalyst for cryptocurrency.
Yeah. Think
about it. If you're a crypto investor, you lost money 2 years ago on an exchange, and then 2 years later, they're going to pay you back.
Yeah.
Close to $7 billion. What percentage of that's going to go back into the crypto markets?
Yeah.
It's free money.
Exactly.
This is money that people were not expecting to receive. So let's just say you had your money on Celsius, you lost $100,000, right?
Yeah.
And that's gone. For 2 years, it's been gone.
Yeah.
You get a check in the mail for $30,000. Altcoins are down.
I like that.
Bitcoin's down.
Yeah.
Like a lot of that money should be going back into the cryptocurrency
if it
markets.
didn't scare them away for good,
Yeah, but no, I don't think so. I think a lot of people are still invested in crypto,
Hopefully, yeah.
Because sure, some people lost all their money, but not everyone had all their money on FTX.
No,
it was a small amount. So I think that's going to be bullish for crypto. But yeah, with Celsius, a lot of people, I saw people online, they were like, I can't believe Celsius sent me a letter that I had to pay them back. They sent me the same letter. I thought it was a scam at first. And I reached out to Celsius. Like, hey, is this real? And I contacted my older brother, who's a lawyer. And he goes, hey, man, so essentially what happened was I saw the writing on the wall. I live in this space, right? I live in the crypto space. I saw Terra Luna go from a $40 billion market cap to zero.
Jeez.
And a week after that, I'm smoking a cigar on my balcony. I go, if Terra Luna, the top 10 crypto project in the world, can go to zero, all of these other exchanges can as well, and they probably will. Yeah. So I pulled off all my money from Celsius within 90 days of them going bankrupt. I had no inside information. I just saw the writing on the wall. Fast forward 2 years later, I thought it was good. I thought, I'm a genius, best decision ever. I'm like, hey, you owe us money. I contacted some lawyers and they're like, hey, just because of how the bankruptcy laws are written, yes, you technically do have to pay them money or else they can sue you. So it sucked. I had to pay them like $70,000 or something like that. Sent them the money. I just forgot about it, right? And then I saw, a month, and they gave you a warning. They gave you multiple warnings. If you don't pay this back, we will come after you for 100% of what you pull back.
Yeah.
My brother's a lawyer. He's like, hey, just pay them. Just do it. You don't want to go to court. You don't want to have to hire legal fees. You probably are at risk of paying them. So I paid them. And I saw a bunch of crypto guys like 2 months later saying, what the fuck, man? Like Celsius sent me this letter saying like I had to pay them back, you know, 13% of what I pulled off. And now I have to pay them 100% and go to court. I'm like, I can't really feel bad for you. Yeah. Like I didn't want to do it either. I just did it. Yeah. I don't really feel bad for you. But it's just like, you got to understand the laws and how they're written. The bankruptcy laws are probably 30, 40 years old.
It doesn't seem fair, but it's in the fine print,
Not everything's fair.
Yeah.
Life isn't fair.
Exactly.
And sometimes you do that. But actually, I sent Celsius too much. And they're like, hey, they were cool. Nice. Like, hey, so I actually got a little bit of money back. And I wasn't expecting.
What were you taking me for dinner, Jake?
I'm going to take you out.
Thanks, bro. I appreciate that.
I'm going to take you out here.
The most platonic, straight way.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah.
We need to bring back like being straight, strong males.
Yeah, exactly. Straight, strong
that's something
males.
that me and Rodney pride ourselves on.
Absolutely, yeah.
Is just like having a good bro friendship.
Yeah.
There's not enough of those.
You need good bros.
Yeah, when you can find a bro like Rodney or Jake where you can work together, work out together, go talk to some beautiful women together.
Yeah, baby.
We were thinking it. You didn't want me to say it. He gave me the look. It just helps you,
Yeah.
Like we need to bring back strong men, because there's a lot of weak beta males in this world.
What I've noticed is that, when you're talking to, women and you lead and you set the plans, you make the dates, you're direct, decisive, you get to the point, right? You make your intentions clear. You're a leader, you're a man. That turns even the most masculine of women to feminine little happy flowers, because they trust your masculine core. They know that you're going to get it done. They know you're not some little beta male bitch, right? And I think it's a society thing. I think society teaches men to just be so like malleable and not, like stand for something and not be direct, decisive, not go for what they want, to kind of like submit. It's like women think they like that. They do not like that. Women like men who go after what they want. With dating, it's such a big deal just to make the fucking plans as a man, just to make the plans, handle it. I don't know how many women we've been on a date with who, like, when you make the plans and stuff like that, they're like, oh my God, no one's ever done that before.
Just one, baby.
Just a few.
Just you. The only one. Yeah, that's the only one. But girls like that. And
absolutely.
Do you think that we're seeing a trend, a shift to more masculine
think
females? So. Because there's that whole movement that happened where it's like, ladies, you need to get in the workforce and equal pay, and more power to you, right? I think that we live in America that everyone should be equal.
You need to now,
whether you're gay, whether you're straight, whether you're black, whether you're white, whether you're a female, right? Yeah. Regardless of your religion too. Everyone should have an equal opportunity. Yeah. But then again, I was raised in a traditional household. Like my dad was the breadwinner. He worked. My mom never worked a day in her life. That's how we like it. She was at home. Yeah. She took me to every baseball practice. She was on every field trip. She was almost too much, where I'd walk into 7th grade math class. Guess who my fucking substitute teacher is? Miss Gagan. I'm like, oh,
I bet she was, bro. I bet Mama Gagan was.
Bro, she was there for everything. And I was raised by that. Yeah. And I understand how important it is to like have a mother. So that's what I personally want. Yeah. But if there's a lady out there that's like, hey, I lived in San Francisco. All the girls I dated there, bro. Oh yeah. It just was not for me. We'd go out to date. I'd be like, hey, how was your day? And they'd be like, oh man, I woke up at 5:30. I got a workout class in, then I had to get to the office early for my sales call at 7:30. Yeah. Q1 quota's coming up. I'm close to my number, so I had to do some cold calls and emails. And I'm like, am I talking to my friend? Like, this is the conversation I have with my homies that are working in tech. So I think it just depends on what you want, Yeah. And there are some guys out there, and more power to you. Yeah. There's some guys out there that want to be stay-at-home dads.
Yeah. No, don't do that.
It doesn't sound bad,
I mean, it depends. Who? If Prime Uma-Thurman was my sugar mama, I'd do it for sure.
Who?
Uma-Thurman.
Oh, from Pulp Fiction?
Kill Bill, yeah.
Woo! Yeah. She's okay. You got the most interesting taste.
Uma-Thurman's a baddie. Don't let Jake fucking.
He's got the most interesting. Like me and Rodney, that's why we're good together too. I said hanging out with bros, but like if we ever go out to a nightclub or a dinner, we'll never agree on who's hot.
Yeah, never ever.
Like I'll find the most beautiful 5'8" Latina, barely speaks English, straight from Argentina, like most beautiful you'll ever see. And Rodney be like, not my type.
We find a nice little pale, blue-eyed babe with red hair, blonde hair. I don't care. Big smile, big eyes. That's me, baby.
Like a straight 6 in my books. He'd be like, that's the one.
Well, I think, that's same thing with, Jake. Yeah, the whole not barely speaking English thing. I just can't. No.
I can't anymore either. My last girlfriend barely spoke English, and I don't know if she was just.
What are you saying?
Yeah. I don't know. No, I'm pretty sure she understood me, but I think it was just a cop out. Like anytime, I'd be like, hey, don't do this or don't do that. She's like, oh. I didn't know. I don't understand. There was one time at dinner. I don't know if it's appropriate for the podcast. No, yeah. I might get in trouble.
But exactly. We have different tastes in women, and I mean, we look different. So women have different tastes in us. We're just different guys. You know what I mean?
Pretty dynamic.
But we know. Like that's a Jake.
Yeah,
I know that's a Jake.
Yeah. You've done pretty well so far.
I'm like Magic Johnson, but they got 2 assists, baby.
Yeah, you've done
2 weeks.
You've done pretty good so far.
Well, I mean,
my brain's not working because I got up at 4 a.m. What was the 2?
I remember one. Well, not really. It's just one.
Oh, yeah. I remember 2 now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
should we tell that story?
Nope, we should not. But yeah, we have different tastes in women. But I think the point of having a bro is because I think as you get older, and Jake and I have had friends recently that did some shit that you do not do. Shit that you do not do with bros. And I can tell my story.
I can tell my story.
I'll tell my story for literally. I have friends that I've grown up with, and literally I've been doing good in my life compared to a lot of my friends growing up. And I'm not saying that to brag or anything, but I like to go back home and make my friends feel special because I love them. They're my friends. And if I can go back home and spend some money and do some things and do some experiences for them that maybe they couldn't do otherwise, I would do that. And so I paid all this money to go to my home and, for a friend's birthday. And when I get there, I talked to one of my exes because, you know, that's what you do when you go back to your home. You talk to your exes. She's telling me that he's trying to like hang out with her the whole time. It's like, dude, bros don't do that. Like snakes do that, you know? And as you get older, you realize that there's not a lot of people that are on your like wavelength. And it's not, I'm not saying level, but like on your wavelength, like where you want to be in life, like, or doing the same things you are. So when you have bros like that, you got to be bros with them, you know?
Yeah, exactly. My story was actually, I promised my ex I wouldn't talk about it anymore. Okay. So I already tweeted about it. She got mad and I was like,
but still,
the moral of the story is it's like, it's a bro code thing. Yeah. Like if I break up with a girl, she's free to do whatever she wants.
Exactly.
Whatever she
wants.
With
the homies though.
I mean, she shouldn't, but she is free to. But when you get born into this world, or do we have XY chromosomes or XX? When you get born into this world with a penis, there are a set of guidelines that are ingrained in your body, in your core. Yeah. One of them is not fucking or trying to hook up with your friends' ex-girlfriends. That's like born into you in blood.
Yeah,
you know?
Exactly.
It's in my blood. Like as soon as like one of my homies is dating an ex, she's off limits. Exactly. I don't talk to her. If they break up, she gets unfollowed. I'm not going to ever reach out to her.
Exactly.
I'm not going to go visit her. You know, it's like they are off limits. Now, there are exceptions, right? Let's say like one of my friends hooks up with a girl one night, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And doesn't do it again for 6 months, and I'm into her. I can text my friend. I have to ask permission. I'll text 100%. My friend. Say, hey, I saw, you know, you hooked up with Harry. Yeah, you hooked up with Harry. You hooked up with Tom 6 months ago.
Yeah.
No, you hooked up with Sarah 6 months ago. You guys haven't hooked up.
Yeah.
I'm into her. Can I hook up? Do I have permission? Right.
Yeah, exactly.
And it would say yes. But if there's ever a
relationship
or even like a longer situationship, like 3 months, 4 months, it's strange, right? But if it's like a 1 or 2 time thing, you do have to ask permission. But if your friend ever has sex with a girl, she's off limits until you ask permission.
Absolutely. And it's one of those things like, I get it. Like a lot of guys kind of get it where they can. But man, if you're she immediately told me, she's my ex. She's like, hey, I know you're here for so-and-so's whatever, but
everything will always get out.
Yeah.
There's 4 billion women in this world, man.
Yeah.
Like you have to
find another one.
Yeah, there's 4 billion.
Yeah.
Not million. There's 4 billion women.
It's a lot.
And there's also 4 billion men. The girls are a little bit more sneaky. Like girls will do that.
Like they will fuck your friends.
Yeah, if your friend
has to be open to it.
Yeah, but if you're a girlfriend, like in your friends, like dude, girls are a little bit more sneaky.
So sneaky, yeah.
Do they have girl code?
They do.
Are they born with it like us?
Here's the thing. I think that girls are really competitive over like good guys.
Yeah.
I think that there is girl code, but I think a lot of that shit goes right out the window if they like a guy, like right out the window.
Like a high value man. Like they'll risk a friendship with a 100%. Girl that they're like cool with
1000%
to get with a high value man.
1000%. Yeah. The girls are the competition. The competition is insane for like good dudes because to be honest, I know a lot, like society tells like women they want some fucking whatever, but they want like guys who are killing it, like handsome, doing well, you know, masculine and those sorts of things. And there's not a lot of guys out there. So if you can do those things, like just work on yourself, self-improvement. I know people say that word a lot, you know, go after what you want, maybe make a little bit of income from it, you know, grow as a person, you know, take care of yourself, those sorts of things. Like you become like separate from the rest of the pack.
Yeah.
Like, it's insane. Like how many guys don't work out? A lot. How many guys are working a job they hate? A lot. How many guys are just miserable and whatever, don't sleep enough and those a lot. So if you just do a few of those things, you become like a prize.
I think working out is like the best way to start it. Like hit the gym. I mean, we work out every day at 8 a.m. We do boxing, we work out. Take care of yourself. Go get haircuts. You know, find something that you're passionate about. Work hard to. Find something that can allow you to make money. You know, money is not the most important thing. I really don't believe that money will ever make you happy. Like the happiest I ever was when I
True, bro.
In 2021, I went from like 10K in my bank. I had like 30K in debt, and I made $60,000. And I was like, $60,000? I paid off my student debt. It was like 20K. I'm like, oh my God. But once you start making money, it's like, I don't think that any level will ever make you happy. You know, I don't think if you hit, like a lot of people think, oh, once I hit $1 million, I'll be happy. No, it's not true. You're gonna be the same level of happiness. You're just gonna have some digital numbers in your bank account, which at the end of the day really don't matter. It's once you get your basic needs taken care of.
Exactly.
Which I think is around in America at least like $50, $60, $70,000, no debt.
Like 100 now, yeah.
That's when you're going to be the happiest.
Yeah, and I don't know what the study was, but it was you know, Jordan Peterson. I listen to him all the time. Shout out to Jordan Peterson, changed my life in 2018, by the way. Shout out to Jordan Peterson. But there was one thing, we have a donation. But there was one thing I saw that where as long as you have enough money to keep like to fund your life, whatever that is, and to keep like the bill collectors from knocking at your door, like that's like where you want to be. That's optimal, right? But obviously, a lot of people want to.
Let's read off this donation, guys.
I did see.
We apologize because
we're just broing around
like
here.
literally my fucking computer, the Wi-Fi.
We ain't
broken.
got shit, guys. Yeah.
We have Brandon sending us. So Esteban Cruz says, "Why are you thinking about PEPE? we're always thinking about Pepe. Pepe's done some great stuff with some great memes. Brandon also sent us the 𝗖𝗧𝗡𝗘𝗖𝗧 chart. Let's pull it up here. I got it on my phone. You guys are showing us a $315,000 market cap token.
Oh my goodness, guys, that's straight degen play. Yeah,
that's degen. But we do appreciate the token. But the thing is that every token does start at $315,000 market cap. 427 holders, $16,000 worth of volume. You guys are in the trenches if you guys are showing us this. But once again, we do appreciate the donations here today. But real quick on this subject, Rodney, one thing that I think is very important is that there are very little high value men in this world. Yeah. And there are plenty of hot women, beautiful women,
plenty
all throughout the world.
I think plenty. It's like, it's ridiculous, right? It gets to a point where, you're like, I just want someone who's nice to me, who's respectful, beautiful, obviously, and it's just nice and like is feminine and is cool. Yeah, but if you make yourself it's rare to find a man who's killing it compared to a woman who's hot. Like as time goes, and if you're a man, like as time goes on, understand that the world is yours. Like we get better with age. You gain more money, more status, acquire more wealth, and those sorts of things. Like you have the and a lot of guys just get more handsome as they grow up. A little bit of beard, a little bit of gray in their beard, those sorts of things. Like but the truth is with women, sometimes it's different. Like the sexual peak is in the early 20s and stuff like that. I'm not saying that older women are not beautiful. What I'm saying is that's where people peak. Like women peak early on in their 20s, men peak like way out later on in life, 40s. And that's why you see a lot of old, successful, rich men. I mean, how many people do we know who are divorced and their husbands are off, banging some hot chick, because they're successful and they can do those.
They got money, they can travel, they can do this, that.
Yeah. So it's kind of like the long game a little bit, but it's abundance everywhere. I mean, walk outside and there's like 15 beautiful girls in a row. It's like, God damn,
there's a lot.
Kind of come numb to it.
And you mentioned something like women always date up too, right?
They date like across and up.
You have to, right? So let's just say like a hot girl. I saw this happen all the time. She's with like a nerd from high school, like a guy that's not doing much. She stays with him. Well, so for the most part, will she always, her next relationship, always try to find better than him?
Absolutely. And I think it's a lot of times it's complacency. I've heard a lot of situations where, he just stopped doing things. He played video games, smoking weed, got fat, those sorts of stuff, dating and courting, stop fucking, those sorts of things, stop asking me about my day. But yeah, women like to date across and up. They don't sometimes, but they tend to not date down. And that's a bunch of different things like socioeconomic status, how well they're doing in life. That's obviously beauty. But yeah, it's rare to see a really hot chick who has a lot of things going for her. I mean, I can't name anybody who's dating a guy who's ugly or like not a physically attractive and has nothing going for him. It's like very rare, like unless they're like fucking on the side because he's.
And looks aren't everything, because you can also be funny. I
know a lot of guys who got money who don't look like shit.
But you could also be fun. Like, money. I think money is like, it's a factor for women because 100%. I think it covers their needs of like being taken care of.
Security.
Yeah. But you could be like, look at Shane Gillis. Yep. Shane Gillis is a comedian. He's killing it. He's rich. He's all over the world. Yeah. He's not the best looking guy.
Got a babe.
He's got a fucking.
He's Shane Gillis. He's Shane Gillis.
He's Shane Gillis, though.
He's Shane Gillis.
And he's probably so funny. Dude, imagine just like coming home from work, or his girlfriend probably doesn't work. Yeah. Imagine coming home from OnlyFans and fucking and Shane Gillis is there just drinking a Bud Light, cracking jokes. Like, that's a good house. That's a good house. I'm sure he might not be the most attractive. He's got a Bud Light belly.
Yeah.
And probably a small pee-pee. But guess what?
Yeah.
He takes care of you. He makes you laugh. And he probably takes you on experiences that you could never experience without dating Shane Gillis.
Money is the great equalizer. Money is the great equalizer. But at the same time, you still, as a man, want to be in shape. You still want to take care of your health and those sorts of things. I think that's paramount.
And Shane Gillis, I'm sorry to talk about your pee-pee. It could be. He's a big guy.
Probably a fucking hog.
He could have a hog.
Yeah, but maybe he's a fucking fat hog.
He doesn't look like it though.
I mean, who knows? You can't really tell, right?
I mean, can you?
I don't know.
Sometimes no. I don't think you can. Right? We have a friend who says he has like a 9.5 incher. I'm like, are you sure?
That was weird to just mention that in front of chicks. I don't know. We won't get into that, but it's weird to don't. If you're hanging out with a bunch of women, don't lead with how big your dick is. Like, stop. That's just so awkward. And
you could talk with bros.
Yeah, well, you could bro around.
It was funny because like 2 days before we talked about it, right?
Yeah, we talked about it.
We're bros.
Yeah, we're bros.
We can talk about that.
Yeah, and like when you're around a bunch of girls, you don't just blurt out. Oh, have you guys ever had this issue where your just hog is too fucking fat for any vajiji? It's like, dude, what the fuck? Who says? Just don't do that. I
liked it. I thought it was funny.
I know, but you just don't lead with that.
I like humor. I got a comedian in my bio just in case I ever say any crazy shit. I'll just be like,
I'm a comedian.
He's
a fucking comedian.
I'm a comedian. That's what Joe Rogan always says. He's like, we're comedians. Yeah. We say shit like that. Yeah. So sometimes even on this podcast today, we probably say some crazy shit.
Yeah.
And if you have a problem with
Friday,
it,
we're fucking having fun.
If you have a problem with it, I'm a comedian.
The laptops don't work. What the fuck you want me to talk
Jake,
about?
have you ever done an open mic? Nope. So you're not a comedian. I'm a comedian.
Yeah.
I say crazy shit.
With my friends. Yeah.
on live podcast.
Yeah, if you're a dude, man, like money's a great equalizer. And when it comes to women, like some women view money more as important than others. Like I think at the end of the day, if a guy makes money, what it shows a woman is that I'm secure, he can handle things, and he gets it done, because money's usually a byproduct of being awesome and going for what you want, unless you win the fucking lottery or you're a trust fund baby. But it's usually like, oh, I did a lot of good things in my life and I'm making money because of it. You know,
trust fund babies are not good because we have a friend.
Yeah.
Her daughter dated a trust fund baby, huge company, CFO of this company, doesn't work, doesn't do anything, was just handed millions of dollars. Yeah. It's like, that could be bad. That would be the worst. Like if I become a billionaire, my kids will still be working for allowances, you know? Like that's how I raised. Like my parents would pay us $1 per chore, take the trash out, do the dishes, help around the house, we'd get $1. Yeah. So I was incentivized to work hard in order to receive money. If you just hand a kid $1 million,
not good.
$10 million, $30 million, man, it's going to be detrimental for them long term. And it's how you like ruin your bloodline. I think so. Yeah,
it's bad for them. And I was raised straight dirt poor, so we didn't have an allowances or like no discipline or anything like that. But yeah, I think that, you know, I mean, I've studied a lot of like how to discipline kids and those sorts of things, and how to like psychology for kids. And it's very tricky. It's like you have to be on them all the time. They're kids. That's why it's rare that kids are like really well mannered and you know, conscientious and save and those sorts of things, because it's really hard to beat that into their head. And the kids will just watch what you do and not do what you say. Pretty much, they'll do the same things you do. But yeah, definitely having a trust fund kid would be bad. I used to work at Target with this guy who would work at the electronics center, and he would just get money every month. And he was kind of like a nerd. He's just weird guy, cool guy, but very weird. And he would have like insane parties every weekend. But at least he still worked. You know,
I like that. Pull that comment back up, because I just joined in on my phone. Brody G, that's my brother.
Yeah,
we got 4,000 people in, guys.
Let's go. Not bad.
I'm pulling it up as they're coming through. I pulled it up.
It doesn't load up for me. Hold on, it's coming up. It's coming up. Pull up. We are on the Wi-Fi, slow Wi-Fi.
Over there?
Okay, I got it. It says, men achieving the status they need in this life through hard work. I think that's probably the best thing that you can do.
Is that Brody? That Brandon?
That's Brody G.
Let's go.
Being a man is definitely tough. You know, you do have to work incredibly hard. All odds are stacked against you.
Yeah.
As a man growing up, you know, you have to be the breadwinner. There's a lot of competition. Question for you: if you were a hot chick, 24 years old, smoking hot, would you try to work in the workforce, or would you start an OnlyFans?
I was watching some numbers that the OnlyFans made more than the NBA last year in revenue, like by like $1.5 billion. Well, the thing is, like, the majority of OnlyFans girls don't make as much as the high earners. I guess that's anything
for sure.
But yeah, some women are not comfortable going on camera, but as time goes on, a lot more women are open to doing that sort of thing. Yeah,
you don't have to have sex either. Like, I know a girl, she has like 1 million. She went to school with me. She has 1 million followers on Instagram.
Yeah,
and she posts like, you know, sexy pictures on Instagram, but she doesn't. She just really reposts her Instagram photos on OnlyFans, and she has like thousands of subscribers at $10 a month.
Yeah,
and all she's doing is reposting it, and it's just actually a way for them to like to connect with you a little bit more, like because they can message you and DM you.
Yeah.
So yeah, I put out a tweet like that. It's so funny. We were talking to Slum Doge Millionaire last night, and he's like, "Bro, you're wild on Twitter, man. Your tweets." And I'm like, "Which ones?" And he's like, "You know, the one about OnlyFans, the one about what men look for."
Yeah.
And he said, "Crypto Wendy O like clap back at me." I'm like, "Oh, I don't really read my comments too much," but it was about OnlyFans, and I was like, OnlyFans girls get a lot of hate. I'm like, if I was 24,
I'd be fucking busting it down on camera.
We work fucking 16 hours a day.
Fucking all the homies.
Grinding. I definitely would not do like, if I was a chick, I wouldn't do porn on there.
Yeah.
You know, I would definitely I would for sure have an OnlyFans. Just post the same shit. Connect with some guys. You know, I'd probably have some dude fucking running my account in India.
1,000.
Connect with some guys. Like, hey, how's it going, baby? Oh, great to see you. Make an extra 10K, 20K, 30K a month. There's no issues with that. It's a new age economy. You can't hate on OnlyFans. Now, the porn thing, you know, if I'm your father and you're getting banged, I don't care how much money you're making. I don't care if you're making $5 million a month.
Look at Kayla sent me. Kayla sent me this. She says, when girls say they can count the number of men they have on one hand.
True.
Kayla, shout out to Kayla.
I put out a tweet the other day saying, I said nothing more attractive.
Oh, yes. You sent it to we have a donation. Yeah.
We have a donation. Let's read it out. And I'll get back to this quote. New dono. Guys, you guys are throwing up some donations today.
Paper
We're doing
Plane.
the bootleg way. Paper Plane
is a top project.
$20 donation.
On Ton. Oh, the little Telegram logo. We represent digital resistance, free Durov. Okay, I like that. I bet it's at 200K market cap. But
Here, Plane is the top project on Ton. We represent digital resistance, free to rob. I actually look, we can't fucking pull up anything. I see Maelstrom in the comments as well. Shout out to you guys. I like that because it's a Telegram logo, paper plane. It's something everyone can relate with. I like it. Good branding so far. We like it. But Rodney, I put out a tweet the other day saying, and my tweets are like I said, guys, I'm a comedian. I can make jokes. I said, this is not even really funny. It's kind of factual, but it's kind of like controversial in a way.
Oh my God,
said,
no, it's not.
I said nothing more attractive than a beautiful woman with a low body count.
Yeah.
And I got my DMs, I didn't read them, but I got a bunch of girls coming in saying like, that's a double standard. Like
it is a double standard. It is a double standard, but we view attraction differently. I don't know what it is. It doesn't matter as a man. For some reason, if I just think about, even if it was in the past, some guy gorilla fucking my girlfriend. So for some reason, really just fucking getting after her, just really, really getting at rearranging her insides. Like that just, it doesn't sit well with me. And I definitely don't want to hear about it.
Yeah. I went through that. One of my exes like would paint me pictures of her with other men.
The most casual way.
Bro, in detail. And I had to sit her down one time. Like, hey, I love you. And like, I accept you for your past. I do. But I don't need to hear a play-by-play of how you met this guy, how you had drinks, how you went home, how he undressed you, what he did.
How he was just fucking grabbing my hair and slapping me around. It was crazy.
I was like,
best sex I ever had.
I'm fine with it, And one time, a chick I was dating was like, she mentioned like penis size. And she's like, we were talking about penis size, whatever. And she's like, yeah, it's nice, but I've had bigger. And then she tried to cover up like, but yours is perfect. Yours is perfect.
Yeah. Nah, bitch.
I mean, that's just like,
yeah. Just keep it to yourself. I think we kind of know based on like a girl's past and those, but as a man, I never really dig into those sorts of things. They just kind of reveal themselves.
I've never asked, but
exactly.
Yeah, someone's like, how would you know if your wife has a low body count? I'm like, dude, you can tell. First off, you can tell by what they do in bed.
You can tell, yeah.
You can tell like
that's a double-edged sword right there. But to go off your point, like it is a double standard. For some reason, it can bother men, and you can say it shouldn't, but it fucking does, whatever. But other women like when you're around other attractive women and that you're successful with other women because they think, oh, what does that guy have?
Yeah.
So it's weird. Yeah.
I don't care too much. I obviously don't want to hear like detailed stories, but I expect, it's a new age, man.
It's a new age.
It's like the one night stands are more common.
Yeah,
we have birth control now. So it's like back in the past, like your body count was low because there was probably a higher chance of you getting pregnant.
Exactly.
In the 50s and 60s. So like, I don't expect like my future wife to be a virgin or.
Of course, Virgin Mary and shit.
I do think it is more attractive when a girl like respects, and look, to each their own, do whatever you want. But for me personally, I think it's attractive. And I think when a girl doesn't hook up with you on the first night, second night, like they have more respect for their body.
Yeah, we talk about it. We want it, but we don't get it. We respect it a little more.
Yeah,
exactly.
What I mean? Like first night, you want it, and when it happens, it's good.
I'm doing it. Yeah,
but you're also like, if she does this with me, she probably does this with every other chick.
But I always say, you know what, Jake? Maybe it's because you're a fucking stud. Because at the same time, women will break rules for guys they think that are like, wow, this guy is fucking. Maybe they're just really horny.
Yeah, it's probably not every guy.
Yeah, take him to the fucking.
Sometimes they just need,
Yeah,
they need a little
like
fixing.
This guy is fucking really doing a good job. I want to fuck this guy.
Yeah,
because I'm really big into dating and relationships and stuff. And then I talk to a lot of women who talk about dates they've been on, and you hear some fucking horror stories, like some fucking absolute horror stories. Oh yeah, like crazy dudes are just talking about themselves too much and those sorts of things, or leading with money or some weird shit, But yeah, I mean, you hear a lot of horror stories. So if you're different than those guys and the date's easy and they feel comfortable and safe, like a lot of girls will just sleep with you, So it's hard to tell though. Does she do that all the time, or is it just because I'm awesome, or
probably a little bit of both.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Could be, yeah.
Anyways, do what you want, guys. I don't judge.
Yeah, whatever floats your boat.
But we do have 4.3 thousand people that tuned in, guys. That is the stream for today, the bootleg stream. I hope the Wi-Fi is fixed by Monday. If not, we're still going to run this way.
Acapella, baby.
The internet guy's coming on Wednesday, but hopefully we get it all fixed up.
Yep.
And we appreciate you guys for tuning in, guys. That is the show. Happy Friday. Go out, touch some grass.
Or
Rodney.
Touch some ass, baby.
Whoa.
Touch some ass. Yeah, consensually.
Touch some trash. No. Brendan will. My brother will.
I love Brendan, bro.
Got him. Love you guys. Happy
you guys.
Friday.
Peace.
We'll get the Wi-Fi fixed. We'll see you soon.
See you soon, guys.
Peace.